My most embarrassing moment is an easy one. I was 15 years old going to Owen J. Roberts High School, and it was... I was in 10th grade and finishing up, I believe it was Spanish class, third period. So, the class ends and I spill out into the hallway with hundreds and hundreds of other kids getting ready to go to their next class with their books and stuff, and the hallways are crowded and jostling and bustling, and kids are talking, and you know, everyone's thinking it's a Friday night, it's a Friday, so everyone's thinking who's going to hook up with who Friday night. Anyway, I'm at my locker and Rich Geisler comes up to me, a friend of mine at the time, and gives me a Charlie horse. I mean, he slams his knee into the side of my right thigh. I didn't see it coming, man. Dude, it was painful. I blacked out. I must have hit the ground like a sack of potatoes. I had to have. I don't remember, but I blacked out, dude. I remember getting dizzy and then boom! Lights out. Okay, so next thing I know, I wake up. Ricky Layton, another friend of mine, because Rich Geisler left, you know, fucking split the scene, right? Another friend of mine, Ricky Layton, is shaking me and shaking me. He's going, Patch, 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 get up, man. Are you okay? That was my nickname at the time. And I'm like, whoa, what's going on? He's like, dude, you were like the Exorcist. Man, like, we saw the whites of your eyes, you were looked in the back of your head, and you were foaming at the mouth, and your body was shaking like 1,000,000 miles an hour, dude. And I'm like, I'm fine. Get off me, man. I'm fine, you know? And I remember the hallways were, it was really crowded. It was the upstairs hallway, the sophomore wing. And nobody was saying a word. It was freaky, dude. It was like being at a cemetery. So anyway, I stand up, and the kids that were closest to me must have thought I was a leopard because, dude, they just backed off, man, like nobody's business. They didn't want to be around me. Anyway, at this point, the school nurse was there. An elderly woman who was like, we've got to get you down to my office right now. And she was escorting me down the hallway trying to hold my elbow to stabilize me for stability. And I'm like jerking my elbow away from her, like, get away from me, I don't need your help. So we get to the top of the stairs. I look down the stairs going to the first floor, and there's the nurse's assistant with the wheelchair for me. She's like, okay, you got to get in that wheelchair, and we're going to wheel you the rest of the way to my office. I'm like, get the F out of here. I'm not getting in that wheelchair. I don't need the wheelchair. Anyway, I had to get in the stupid wheelchair. Again, as I'm walking down the hall, I'm like Moses. Just hundreds of kids dead silent, just, you know, parting the Red Sea. Like they're just making a big hole for me as I'm walking by them. You talk about freakazoid and embarrassing, right? So I get to the nurse's office. She's like, we're calling your parents, you're going home. And I'm like, it's a Friday night. Now, I used to be young, hot, and brave. I've traded that out for old, fat, and scared, okay? But anyway, back in those days, I was like, I'm doing all right with the ladies. I'm like, Friday night, if I get sent home, I won't be able to go out tonight. I've got to get my way out of this. I actually have to find a way to stay in school. I mean, how messed up is that? So Ricky Layton comes down to the office. He's like, man, you know, for moral support, because he didn't feel like going to school either. And he's like, Patch, man, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm like, yeah, I'm fine, okay? So somehow, I don't know how, but I talked my way out of it. My mother never had to come to the school that day and get me. I got to finish the school day, and I got to go out that night as if nothing ever happened. And I couldn't tell you what I did, but it must not have been fun because I don't remember that part. All I remember is the most embarrassing moment of my life.